Hello, everybody, this is Purge, and I'm bringing you a Slardar gameplay. Not a hero that I play very often, but I ended up picking it this game because I looked at my enemy draft, I picked second phase, and I saw a Spectre, and I was like, I'm going to beat up this Spectre in lane. And then you know what happened? The Spectre dodged and went mid, and they picked a Troll Warlord in the same phase, and I think, frankly, he expected to go Spectre mid the entire time. I also opted to try the Brine Guard facet, which is going to give me 50% of the armor that I'm reducing my opponents by. Which I thought, I'm sure it's probably worse than the movement speed one that allows you to avoid slows briefly. Because avoiding slows against Spectre and other heroes is quite good, I would say. Tried very hard to steal that one. Unfortunately, Gabba managed to get it with his blood grenade, I assume. But a nice start for us. I was kind of standing here to maybe guard against the Observer Ward, but I didn't want to take free damage for nothing, and I also didn't want to get punched under tower, which would have been bad, so I just decided to walk top. So, one thing about Slardar this game. Slardar is hard countered by Troll Warlord. And the reason is because Troll Warlord has an AoE mischance axes, and that means if I'm trying to fight him to the death, I just can't reliably beat him with Bash to the Deep. So maxing Bash to the Deep on Slardar hasn't really been that viable for a while, and frankly, even like Slardar offlane isn't really viable anymore. Nobody really plays it, but I felt like doing it, darn it, and I went for it. Took a little damage here. That was a lot. That was a big hit actually from the SB. I wasn't the biggest fan of that suicide because there was a creep that we needed to last hit, so that part was good, but it also pushes the wave a little bit, but maybe that didn't really happen that much here. But yeah, the other reason me laning against Troll is not good is because Troll is actually a good laning carry. He's one of the best because he has a ranged attack, and he also has the ability to slow me and get last hits. So he's just very good at getting last hits, and the fact that he's also good at fighting me means that I'm going to have a bad time when I engage the guy. So based on me already taking a lot of damage, I opted to go for a Bracer here with another set of Tangos. One of the other things that hurts Slardar a lot is that Bash to the Deep doesn't do bonus damage against creeps anymore. It used to do, I believe, double damage against creeps, but they took that away. So leveling Bash first just doesn't feel that good. It feels better generally to max out Slither and Crush, just partially because of the ability to get last hits with it and farm, but also just for harassment, it's not bad. And certainly against a Troll Warlord, there's no doubt in my mind that this is going to be the right build. Gabba's been playing a lot of techies lately, so his laning stage has gotten a lot better on the hero. In fact, I even thought like, I'm surprised that he went for this, but nah, he knew his limits. Nice little solo kill there by him. Getting him low. It's a little bit bad to fight this in the creep wave, but I had a Bash coming up, so I kind of wanted to go for it. But probably not the most valuable thing for me as a core to trade that much health with a Spirit Breaker here. Very important that we get these last hits. And with the whole creep wave, pretty easy for us to be fine here. I'm 11 and 5. Troll actually has 6 and 2, so we're actually doing quite good here. I did a nice job last hitting. I still know that I can't kill him, but and this is maybe a little weird not to get Guardian Sprint because it gives you 10% movement speed, which is 30 MS. But without the other facet, it's maybe slightly less bad. Because if I get slowed, it's not like the end of the world. I did a really good job denying a lot of these creeps. But yeah, little regen here, little bracer, it goes a long way, keeping me survivable. And I'm just trying to make sure that they level as slowly as possible. I opted for boots next because I wanted to make sure that I could run away or gap close. I think a lot of pros would go for attack speed or strength first before buying boots of speed, but I feel like as an offlaner, I kind of need these, especially against a really annoying hero like Troll, because I want to be able to run in, get a last hit, and run out without being right-clicked like 4 times is ideally the goal. I wanted to hit both heroes with this if I could. There are going to be submissives, but was a really nice bash by him. I was pretty happy with that outcome. We got some important kills. I need to buy myself more regen now, though. And I also can't... With us both being low like this, it's a little hard to safely get these last hits. I was very worried that I was just going to die. And then I came in to stun him, and that didn't really feel very good either. Because despite coming in to stun, we did end up killing him before I died, which made that a lot better, considering I was low HP. But kind of dangerous how that all worked out. And I also didn't have Guardian Sprint when I went in, which I didn't notice. It looked like I sprinted in, but here I am bringing Gabba's items. How's the net worth comparison between the two of us? I am a little bit above the troll. Not a gigantic amount, but I'm above. So I'd say we're winning our lane. This is going pretty good. So with their heroes being very annoying to deal with, I looked at this lineup and I was like, I feel like I need to buy a Yule Scepter this game. Was kind of my thought. And the reason is this. If Troll... The reason Troll counters my hero so hard is because he's got the mischance. And also his ulti and his root, I believe, go through magic immunity. So you can actually chain root somebody through magic immunity now. Obviously, Whirling Axes doesn't pierce BKB, so if I had a BKB, I could hypothetically fight him back. But once Troll gets going with his ulti, he is going to kill you. And he's going to chain root you, which is spooky. Just trying to make sure that the Troll does not feel comfortable to run at me. Very nice bash by him. Very nice second bash by him. That was kind of hard. I was waiting for my Ironwood branch so I could plant that. And now I've got my treads coming, which is just really important on the hero to increase my farm speed and the amount of damage that I do. Unfortunately, he missed his jump there. It's a good try, though. Would have been a really, really big kill. Alright, there's my power treads. I decided this felt like an okay time. I think somebody said somebody was rotating. Well, I mean, the Spectre just went top. So, number one, I ran down here to go protect the Wisdom Rune. I could have jungled, maybe, to try to work on my neutral item, but... he's just getting his little damage in here. Little sprint here to run this guy down. Finally got a kill. It felt good. Little magic stick here. Decided to take tower hits so that we could kill the sentry. Now I was thinking about buying a wand here. Okay, so what I was saying about Troll, sorry I got distracted. So when Troll ulties you, and he's chain netting you, and he's giving you mischance, you're basically just screwed on this hero. And I've seen a pro game before where somebody played Slardar against a Troll, and the Slardar bought BKB, and he just got chain rooted, and he died. It was like the hardest counter shit I've ever seen. And even your ulti isn't effectively that good against Troll, because Troll has a lot of armor, number one. And the other benefit, I was thinking about TPing here, but it felt kind of over. And the other thing about it is that the minus armor is less good because you're not hitting him anyways, right? So it just didn't feel that excellent, so I didn't think that going for it was going to be a good thing. I was thinking about TPing here. I was watching, looking for an opportunity, but I wanted to make sure that I felt right. So when I use this on him, it's going to give me 5 armor. That's a nice kill here. I kind of felt like diving a little bit, but maybe this was a mistake with how much I took from the tower. What I should have done is ran into the bomb to the left instead of running where I did. This ended up being less good than it could have been. It was still not that bad. Gabba got 2 kills. Okay, this is the wrong fight recap. This was the previous fight recap. Still the previous fight recap. Looks like they killed the Oracle down there. Oh, is that a new one? Nope. I don't think they're going to show it to us, guys. I don't know how valuable that was, but I ended up buying the Yule, or queuing up the Yule Scepter here. If I don't go Yule Scepter, Blink Dagger is kind of like an old school common starter item. Got a nice stun there. Getting some regen going, which is nice. You guys like my stun here? Isn't that cool? With the 4-man jump by Geba. He ends up living. That felt really good for us. This is unfortunate. He ends up charging away pretty easy. So I'm going to go back to my lane here because I want to finish my Yules. So the Yules probably seems kind of ridiculous. That you might think like, why would I buy this item? But it is so good against their heroes this game that I was like, I need a freaking Yule Scepter as offlane Slardar. And I genuinely feel justified in it. If I get charged by Spirit Breaker, I guarantee you that I'm not going to reliably cast Slardar and Crush. Because I basically have to cast it kind of... It's not like the most insane thing to cast, but I have to cast it like kind of perfectly so that it stuns him, but he's not so close that I end up getting caught or something. Just going to wail on this guy a bit to make sure he dies here. I still don't have a neutral item. So the Yules will protect me from an SP charging in if I turn in Yules him as he approaches. I can use it against a Troll Warlord that ulties me or somebody else. Yules is quite good against that hero for that reason. They did a really good job pressuring my mid and my carry here. Although they're still quite farmed, so that part ain't bad. Unfortunately, I did not get the tower last hit, which was a bit sad. Gabo's having an extremely good game. Look at his net worth. He's only 300 behind me. 6-3 and 2. He's gotten a lot of last hits too. He's got 31 CS in fact, which is kind of wild. This is one of the natures of Techies 4 is that it's kind of like Coddle a bit. It kind of takes some of your farm as the offlaner. I think his impact on the lane was definitely good. There's no doubt about that, but makes me wonder when he's got 30 CS, you know? But he deserved it this game for sure. He played well. Alright, looking at my neutral item. Spark of Courage for HP and damage. Chipped Vest was the highest rated one, and I went attack speed, I believe. As soon as I see TPs, I'm out. I don't want to get caught here. And I'm flying on my Yule Scepter here. With the Ember Spirit also, or the Earth Spirit coming, just nothing, no way to get out of it. It was a nice jump though, we did a lot of damage. Oh, we killed SB actually, he did kill him. Okay, that could have been way worse then. So we got some gold, and once again a big experience change. That one was for me actually. Alright, and now that I have the Yules, it's going to be harder for that stuff to happen to me, thankfully. He got exploded. It was a really nice punch by him, because I was just going to Yules him as he started rolling. But I ended up getting too close, so he ends up getting away with it, no problem. Yules myself so I don't get hit. A little tread switch in here. And we almost got their asses. I'm going to keep putting that on him. To be a little hidden here. To be careful. Not the best Banish, but it's okay. Perfect jump there, and we end up getting the kill. That is their offlaner, by the way. He's quite farmed. He's got Blade Mail, Urn, Bracer, Cloak with Chip Vest. So if you right-click him, you are reflecting minimum 50 damage to yourself. So he almost does as much damage back as he takes. They unfortunately took this. I don't know who snagged it, but someone got here 15 seconds earlier. I'm going to go push a little bit now. My hero does have pretty good regeneration. One of the things about the hero that's important to remember is when you use Crush, you make a puddle now, and the puddle gives you Seaborn Sentinel. You just always get one. It gives you bonus movement speed of 18%, which is a lot. It's like 50 movement speed. And then you also get HP regen increase. You get bonus armor, and you get bonus damage. This scales up with your ulti, so at level 1, we're talking 2.5 armor for the duration of the puddle, which is not insignificant. And it gives you armor and stuff. See, it would be normally working here, but I'm getting broken bad time to try to talk about it. But bonus damage. That's why the Seaborn Sentinel bonus damage talent is here at 10. It means after you use Crush, basically, or you're in a river, you're getting 12 bonus damage, which is fine. I think I felt like more of a utility hero this game because of the fact that I was off lane, and we have an OD mid, which is a pretty carry heavy mid laner, and our carry is Doom. So I thought that going Seaborn Sentinel made a little bit more sense. But in this whole time, I'm just regenning and staying slightly alive. I wanted to kill this very badly, and I messed it up. They can go on me if they want to, but having the Eul Scepter really changes a lot. It also means that this Orchid that this guy is about to build is something that can't really kill me necessarily either. I should have killed that small camp. I don't know why I'm running over here. This looks bad to me. I don't think I realized my neutral item was almost up. I wanted to put that ulti on him to give myself armor, but also so we know where he is. So for the next bit of time when he charges, we're pretty safe. I'm going to TP for this fight here. Oh, I missed my stun. Nice banish there. I'm going to use the troll because I want to make sure that he's in this fight a little bit less. Managed to stun both, which was good. I'm going to ulti this guy and I'm going to run away because getting chain rooted is spooky. I'm going to stun him now to help protect. And then you kind of just run away. So this is kind of the reason that Eul's is good, basically. I'll ulti that guy so we can see him in case he goes in. We're all really low, though. Gebo's calling to go kill him, but it's just not safe to do it, because in reality, we just have like 300 HP each. If we try to kill him, his reflection of damage, his innate, is just going to kill us. With that said, he almost died here, and I don't know how this happened. So I want to see. He must have died to the neutrals because he had negative armor here. Oh, there was a stack. And he got rooted. It's actually so funny. He got exploded there. I think he thought that was going to go better than it did. Okay, I got my neutral item finally. Opted for an essence ring with attack speed. Attack speed's obviously amazing on my hero because it means more bashes. The essence ring is also good because I've got more mana because the Eul Scepter. More than normal, that is. Man, that was the real hero, huh? I maybe should have tried harder. Tried to kill that guy. I did save my teammate, which is good. I'm gonna run top. I do have Essence Ring, which again is a little heal. And once I'm in the river, I'm just really fast. As long as I don't show like right here, I should be fine. But I saw that I got charged, so I'm just gonna turn and Eul's him. And then I can again run away using the river. It's really hard for him to catch up because I get all this extra movement speed. And if I don't have a Eul Scepter, he's going to complete his charge almost every time because it's going to be hard for me to land my Slither and Crush and time it perfectly. And as the game continues, he gets faster. He's going to buy a Shadow Blade and be invisible when he runs at me. It just makes the whole thing really tough. So I'm going to start popping these little lotuses to get my HP back up. And then a little shard usage as well. Clean up a creep wave, and now I've got my Blink Dagger. So this, as a whole, felt really good to me. My Eul Scepter has been useful in team fights to stop their annoying heroes from killing us, because I just don't have a very powerful stun. And I'm trying to keep my armor up by Brine guarding my opponents with Corrosive Haze. It now does minus 15 armor. I think one thing I did kind of poorly this game is I needed to hunt for the Oracle more. A lot of times I was trying to disrupt all of their run at you heroes because we don't really have the best front line. And I think that would have made our chances a little bit better. But we'll see how the fights kind of play out. We kind of wanted to fight down here. Got here a little late, unfortunately. This Blade Mail makes things harder, of course. I wanted to use him, but the slow ended up being too much and I couldn't get him in time. So this was unfortunate. He just gets away and they lose nobody. Feels bad. Maybe I should have used him back earlier or something. Because as soon as I got silenced, it made my chase a little bit harder. I feel like. Was it that? I'm not sure. I also could have blink bashed him instead of stunned. It would have been a little cleaner. Because then when you blink bash, while this stuns him, you attack him again, basically, and then you stun him with this, and then your next bash is up faster. So that's definitely something I could have done differently. I did a lot of blink stuns. Just gonna simply walk away. Nice glimmer though. I didn't necessarily want to Yules then, because I was waiting to see if I got either charged or ran it by somebody else. And now I bought a shard, which is a great item to have in this game. And almost all Slardar games, because now if I blink stun, I apply Slithering Crush to everybody. And I get armor for 5 seconds based on how many heroes I hit, which is really good. So, I'm pretty happy right now with what I got set up here. I'm thinking about running out one of these guys. With his charge ending, I felt like messing around a little bit. Now I need to run for my life because the troll is here. I missed my stun. Pop my heals. I'm going to put some armor on them to keep my armor up a little bit if possible. I'm going to block this for the warlock if possible. And I keep putting minus... I put the minus armor on the Spectre there, which made D-Dog do crazy damage to him. However, we are kind of just dying over here to stuff. If I would have realized earlier that he had a haste, I just would have ran at him. And if I just Yules him, his haste is gone and we have a chance to kill. But as a whole, it was a good fight. I mean, I took a lot of damage. We kited a little bit. D-Dog did a bunch. Felt good. I could be spending mana to Essence Ring here. But pressuring the tier 2 tower is not really that likely to be needed. So I was thinking about buying Ags at this point. I think buying a BKB is not bad either, but... it's again, BKB's kind of bad against the Troll Warlord. And I'm just going to keep putting this on him because it gives me bonus armor of 7.5. You can't see it right now, but it is working. I thought this was a little dangerous. Like, that guy's very, very tanky. He's got a pipe as well, so he's got high armor and magic resistance, even with the minus armor here. He just doesn't really take very much damage, so... We're wasting a lot of time here when we could be like 2 or 3 men ganking somewhere over here and maybe finding Spectre or Troll Warlord. Instead, we're playing next to the tankiest, hardest to kill guy on the map. So that was a bad play, I think. Like, really bad. We just wasted a whole bunch of time and accomplished nothing. Going top feels better. But at any point, we could be doing a smoke or something. I'm gonna go bully him a little bit. Tried to Yules him again, didn't work. Appears to be a bad fight. Unfortunately, I got bashed a little bit too much there. I shouldn't have ran in. I felt overly confident because of my shard, but I don't even think my bonus armor was that incredibly high. He does have a Yules on techies here. It's a really good item for this game. That Orchid is really important because it stops OD from attacking with Orb 4 times. It's effectively a disarm, you know, because you don't really care about OD if he's not doing his Orb. He's losing out on like 200 pure damage, so it do not matter. The reason I wanted to buy Ags this game is because it applies a larger puddle, increases the HP regen, the armor, and it gives you status resistance when you use it. Which means if I go in and get chain disabled, I am going to be stunned way less. Which is kind of the reason I wanted to get it. Maybe I should have just bought BKB because then I could like hit Troll pretty safely and just take less damage. But I wanted to try Ags out, so I went for it, dang it. My net worth is still like reasonably good. We still have like a nice net worth advantage. Talent wise, it's usually better to level up your talents on Slardar before you get the other ones, but maybe there's an argument to be made about getting the extra plus 12 damage for Seaborn Sentinel, but when I hear Haunt, I want to show up to fights. Showed up at the right time, stopped his roll, applied some minus armor. I didn't do much damage, but I did a little bit. One little crush. And this should allow us to take Tormentor if it's here. It's not. I don't know if they got Torment or not. So here's a hard choice. Gale Guard for survivability. Gunpowder Gauntlet for a little bit of burst, which is good. It is 120 magic damage. It diversifies my damage a bit, gives me a little bit more burst. Serrated Shiv is going to give me True Strike, and it does a percentage of physical damage, which means it's going to be amplified by Corrosive Haze. So Serrated Shiv is probably the best one, but the way that I'm playing is more utility, not so much like a DPS. I could also pick attack range would be really good. I could get magic resistance. I could get damage and armor. All three of these are pretty solid. But again, because I'm not that right-click focused, I think the attack range is kind of goofy. And I can't remember what I got, honestly. Don't know if it was the armor. He was trying to play over here for the thingy mobber. I ended up getting magic resistance because I was taking a lot of magic damage. Did a really bad job right-clicking there. Yeah. Spec kind of fucking me up too. It's nicely done by Gabba to clean up that kill. It's really important. I didn't know why, but the Spectre ran back at him. I don't know if he misclicked or what, but they end up getting the Wisdom Shrine, which is good for them. Slightly bad fight for me, though. Maybe... Oh, man, he got 2 Observer Wards here for that 1 sentry. That was crazy. I end up getting the 300 health talent. Again, I'm playing utility, so I'm not that concerned about 40 damage on Bash of the Deep, but it's the Bash of the Deep one is effectively like 10 damage per attack, which is pretty blah. 300 health, however, is going to make me just go a lot farther. And every time he gets haunted, I just wanted to save him so bad, but unfortunately he went Glimmer, which doesn't protect you against a Dust ganking Orchid Spectre. So against good players, it's going to be harder to utilize that correctly. Gabbo getting greedy on the creep wave. He feels pretty confident to do these sometimes, just like walk into suicide kind of thing, but he got unlucky that he got rooted, basically, is what happened. And then with the charge coming through with the Invis guy, like, he just gets bursted, so... I guess if he doesn't get rooted, he's probably fine, but still kind of dangerous to do that in front of an enemy hero.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Most of the time on Slardar, you end up spending a lot of time on agility treads, and that's because having more attack speed means more bashes. Because bash is effectively a 50 damage per attack ability. So it's better for you to have 10 more attack speed than it is for you to have 10 more damage on strength treads, typically. But I'm tread switching a lot. Whenever I'm casting spells, I'm in treads. Agility for attacking, strength when I'm more worried about living. And I've got my Ags coming too, which is going to make me even harder to kill here. The Earthspirit got exploded by my shard though. I gotta worry about this guy. I'm gonna Euls myself because it buys me a little moment here. Did he ulti? It looks like he did already ulti. And I'm gonna run for my life. I get silenced. I blink dodge. Actually, it still hits me. Did a lot of damage, dang. I was very surprised that I lived, but my jump was quite effective because it was the same time that OD attacked the Earthspirit a few times. So he got a bunch of minus 15 armor. I realized at this point I just need to get in the base and go heal, rather than waiting for some opportunity, because it's a little hard for me to disengage. Other items that could be good. MKB could hypothetically work. I still could really justify getting a BKB, and probably should have bought it over Ag Scepter, to be honest, but... Pretty easy kill there. Smoking with the team.
Radiant are scanning.
Got him with the whole squad. SB went invis, and I'm like, huh, maybe I as the initiator should have a dust.
Dire's bottom tower.
So I opted to buy dust. Got level 3 corrosive haze now, so minus 20 armor.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The 20 talent is a little bit tricky one. You could either get the corrosive haze armor, which is minus 4. That puts up to 24, which gives me 2 more Brine Guard armor, by the way, per corrosive haze that I land. Or I could get the Slithering Crush damage, which puts my damage from 300 to 425, which might not seem by a lot, but when I crush with the shard, I'm applying minus 20 armor, so the extra damage is actually kind of wild how much it does. Typically is seen as very, very worth it. So almost everybody gets the Slithering Crush damage right now, just because Slardar plays more as like a nuker, surprisingly, with Crush.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I put this puddle down, that way I would have the bonus armor damage, etc. So it's kind of, dare I say, bad for me to go in like this. I'm trying to put my ulti on people. I'm going to put Troll in the air.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, I stayed too long.
Radiant's
We ended up getting smashed big time.
Radiant's top
That was completely on me. I jumped forward to poke a little bit, and they were more than ready to like contest me in a way that ended up being good. I ended up getting Doom disabled too. It was just really bad. If I have BKB, that's safer, but like using myself doesn't really solve that problem. A BKB kind of would have. Anyways, I started queuing up an item because somebody mentioned us having 2 ACs, and because I saw him queue up Plate Mill Hyperstone.
is under attack.
This is unfortunate. And as the game goes on, I mean, they have 2 hard carries, so the game gets scary, right? But we settled with me getting the AC because the armor is needed at this point, and the attack speed is good, and the minus armor is really, really good with my hero. It's not bad on Doom either, but in some ways he can buy something else. He's got Manta here. Kind of a squishy looking Doom build, but it's kind of the nature of the hero. Interesting that he went for the experience, but I guess no matter what happens, Warlock still gets it. Okay, and I am kind of the frontliner, so I'm not too afraid to be up here for the squad. Not farming that fast, but we're getting there. It's my neutral item. So, Crippling Crossbow for anti-healing is kind of good against Troll Warlord and some of their other heroes, but it's good against Oracle too, but they have a lot of dispels between Manta Styles and BKBs and stuff. Giant Small is pretty good. I could use it to get a crit and slow somebody. Cast range and attack range is not that good because I'm going to be getting hit a lot, so I don't think that's going to pay off. So my options are basically Maul or Crossbow. I mean, Shiv isn't terrible, but I'm not that right-click heavy yet. So I was not 100% sure that it would be the right choice. I could get BAT reduction. That would be quite good because then if I have a lot of attack speed, 12%. It's basically like all of your attack speed items that you already have are now 12% better, which could be really, really good. And it could help get me closer to like a chain bash territory. But again, due to their heroes being hard to kill, being evasive, having escapes, that kind of thing, it doesn't feel like the best right-click game. So I was looking at basically movement speed with evasion, which is kind of good. Or I get more magic resistance again because I was taking a lot of magic damage. I think I big regret not just getting BKB. The Ags is fine, but the status resistance isn't like changing the game in a huge way or anything like that. So I think I ended up getting magic resistance, I'm pretty sure. I took a long time to deliberate about it. The evasion I thought wasn't going to matter that much against their heroes. The mana is unneeded and the movement speed would have been fine, but I wish it was probably attack speed, but I could have also just gone this enchantment, to be honest. The other problem is I actually don't have that much health restoration until I use my crush, Because when I use my crush, I actually have an extra 32 regen. So if I had gone this one, I would have basically given myself like, it's like 12 HP regen if I got this one. And I would have lowered my BAT, which meant that killing heroes was maybe a little more possible for me, but it just felt like every fight I had to be the one to jump in to do damage, kind of. And to disrupt a little, but my hero's not really that good for that. Just instantly exploded Chachi. Chachi has, I think, he's got a Ghost Scepter now, but he's just getting nullified now. So the Ghost Scepter came a little bit too late, unfortunately. So he ended up being food for the Spectre a lot of the game. Once again, I'm basically just hitting farming patterns and I'm not ganking, which is one of my biggest weaknesses. I think one thing that's been really helpful about me watching replay commentaries, and I'm criticizing my play a lot more, it's easier for me to like see the errors that I'm making. When I play live, you know, it's harder to understand what you're making mistakes on, but here it feels a little bit simpler to me. Casted that slightly too early. Our chances of defending this Rax are just kind of not great. I messed up my amp damage there, and I'm kind of scared to get out here. The giant small. Kind of same thing. We're going to go into some like passive farming pattern instead of going to gank somewhere. Until our Doom actually does something proactive on the map and gets a good kill. Which was great. I'm going to go farm this way a little bit because I'm pretty confident that no one's going to be over here. Once again, Spectre just one-shotting our supports, which feels bad. Trolls ulting illusions, which is great. Good time to Yules him. I was thinking about going in, but he's BKB'd, so it didn't feel that good to me. And then ultimately I did go in. We ended up killing the troll. Putting a little amp on them. I could have Yules myself, but I didn't make it in time. Then I got chain bashed. Chain stunned. Did I Yules myself? I could. That removes silences, but what I should have done actually is restun. I did do that actually. It was just too much. I didn't think that was going to be that dangerous, and it ended up being extremely costly. Unfortunately, they save the charge. And OD ends up dying too, so that's my bad. I should have just backed earlier. We got the nice troll kill, and then we should have just played it safe. Looks like I bought up my AC before I died at least, which is kind of good. So a little bit more armor to deal with.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, more attack speed would have been good. Maybe I should have gotten the regen one. I don't know. 12 HP can be a lot. HP regen, I should say. They've got Aegis, so them playing into us looks pretty likely. Yules the guy. It's the SB that I Yules actually. I was very confused about where they were spawning, I think. Very good fight. They were going for OD apparently, is what happened here. In the fountain. Yeah, he was hoping he wouldn't be in the fountain, I think. And then I was like, alright, maybe it's time to get a BKB, you know? Like, maybe. All these dead heroes, we can push nicely. I can just tank this tower. Mostly tank it. I'm not in any way concerned about these little illusions. Some nice tier 2 tower kills. Some nice gold for the squad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower.
We get this range barracks.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
And the
Dire's
melee.
middle barracks has
We're
fallen.
back in it, baby. Alright, ideally what we do is we wait for them to leave the base and then we kill them. I didn't really like the smoke very much because they still had 2 dead heroes, so we kind of just wasted it for nothing, but... There's my BKB ready to go. So I don't have to worry about disables as much anymore. I wonder if this is the right choice. Maybe I should have gotten like an MKB instead. I've got magic resistance here. I've got a Yule Scepter. I have AC. I have Ags for regen and stuff. Maybe just better for me to go MKB instead so I don't have to worry about the mischance stuff. I can just like go on the back line and attack. Or to be honest, what if I just buy like a moon shard or something instead? Then my attack speed goes up. I can maybe chain bash somebody. Just a bigger impact on the game, you know? Killing a creep wave, running away. And they jumped on me with everything that they had, and I tried to BKB in time and it did not work. That felt bad. If I ran into base, maybe I just live there, because then their dive gets harder. It's not outside of the base.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Suicides like that scare me. TBH. But they got their kill fair and square. He almost doomed him and then he did his stuff. Unfortunate. And they get another really good catch. It was like almost a kill on Spectre, but then it just went bad.
Radiant's top tower is under attack has fallen.
My 25 talent is Corrosive Haze on Dispellable. You can get Slither and Crush cooldown too, but it's generally not seen as good in comparison. I wanted to ulti this guy, but he had a Lotus Orb. So I didn't want to ulti myself. That would kind of counteract the whole point of gaining armor. I wonder if something like Sange Yasha could be good on this hero too. Probably is. Because I already get a lot of regen from Mag, so if I get a Sange, it's going to enhance the amount of regen that I get. But they've just been nerfing the status resistance of this item a lot. It's only 15 now. Shit used to be 25 status resistance. And the 15 would only apply to the remaining of the 40, or the 60. Because this gives you 40. So if there's 60% stun duration afterwards, if we reduce that by 15, we're talking about 9. So that means my stun duration goes from 60% to 51. It's not that big of a difference. But the regen would be okay. I just think that it'd be better off to buy something like an MKB or something. Is my feel. I still feel comfortable mostly being up in front. I see some heroes, so I will TP. Naturally, he will get out of dodge. And I'm going to be going to go look for my kill. Here's my Corrosive Haze Undispellable, so that's going to stay on people now. I don't have to worry about their Yule Scepters and their Manta Styles and stuff. We see SB. We also see Oracle. So I started pinging the Oracle. That's the guy that I want to kill. I really should have been hitting him first. Yules him so he doesn't get away from me. I wanted that courier and then I messed it up. My stun ends up not hitting. I press BKB, which is good. I mean, this fight's pretty good, to be honest. Ooh, I got silenced, though, by somebody. And I don't have my Yules, so I did get the minus armor off on the troll though. So he's actually taking like crazy high damage. That was like wild how much that was. So actually not a bad fight. Unfortunate my Yules was still on cooldown. And then I'm thinking like, hey, what if I get a Wind Waker? Maybe a Wind Waker is good this game. It'll lower the cooldown down to I think 18. It's pretty expensive. Or 16 actually. It's a big difference. And then using it defensively is a little bit better. But with that said, I've been using it kind of as like an offensive, defensive ability. Yule's one of them. So that they can't attack me like that. But what basically happened to me with Troll, that's what I've been avoiding all game. So I think this Yules was entirely justified this game. It felt like a really good pickup for me. Unfortunately, they spotted our Warlock here. I was kind of wondering about that based on the placement here. Got the nice kill against Oracle here. I'm going fast? Yes, I am. This is normal speed. This is my dieback for Doom. That felt bad. I think they broke him with somebody. The Spirit Breaker broke him so that his Ags didn't pop. Yeah. Bummer. So now I got 3 dead cores. No Yules to speak of. No Wind Waker to speak of. Thinking about buying back. No Doom for 70. Game's hard, man. I'm putting this on the ground in case I get jumped, so I can protect myself. Lincoln's broken. Surprised that sun didn't hit the Spectre. Kind of weird. I need to not be standing next to these 2 heroes. I used my Yules there on the troll, but he had Lincolns, so it didn't work out how I wanted. Don't want to go in until the Doom is up. Kind of just throwing here. Didn't need to like all in. Like I could have like poked and just backed, to be honest. They already got the racks. And by forcing that fight, all I did was like mean that we took another fight without Doom. Which is just not safe. So I should have just poked on the Oracle. He blinks away and we just disengage. I spent a lot of time like standing there. Now we're worried about them rushing, so I wanted to jump in. And they weren't even doing that darn thing. Got no blink for a few seconds, so. Just looking for one little kill. Is that so wrong? They were doing Shrine though. Or at least the Spectre was. Guess we just didn't want to do Roshan. Got the real one, we know where he is. If I don't make those jumps, like my supports are just gonna die. It's really important that I do that. If you got Doom, that would have been pretty sick though. Just want to ulti some of their guys so that I know where they are. For what, 20 seconds? 18 seconds?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Kinda want to rush on as well, to be honest. I can't TP because this troll can just get my ass. I should have tried blinking harder. I might have been able to. Oh, no, I'm actually fine. This is funny. I did not expect to find this guy over here. I was like, do I need the dust? And then I was like, nah. I don't need the dust. I'm gonna get in the river here. More regen. Status resistance armor. Just killed that guy. Used my Yules so I could do this faster, but maybe this is a bad idea. Because now I don't have Yules if there's a fight. But it was basically a semi-fight win, so...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gotta keep the ulti up, of course.
Your Shan has fallen to
Nice
the
little fight win. Good cheese for me. Potentially, once again, too much stuff in the pit.
Radiant's middle tower.
What do I
is
swap
under
in
attack.
for the cheese, though? BKB? Swap BKB out for it? Was not quite sure. They have a big net worth advantage now, like really high, because that's because we had a series of buybacks, so makes sense that we'd be lower. Ooh, we just see bottom troll, I think. I was not looking at my menu map very well. We probably just needed a gem, to be honest, too. So we're trying to get these like pickoffs on the map, but we're probably just running through wards. We're very fast at this. We should have been doing this all game. Minus 20 armor means it dies faster, and then thus we do less damage to kill it. So we take less damage from it. It's just really not a big threat. Still trying to get my Wind Waker, but I do have dieback here, so I gotta be careful. But if my team's around me, it's not that bad, probably. I could also ditch the Yules, maybe. It's the weakest item that's in my inventory. I could also ditch Treads, but ditching Treads on Slardar feels kind of bad. I lose movement speed, I lose attack speed. I like, both those things are really important to me. So maybe better to do Yules. Like, I could press BKB, and then I could swap the Yules in, perhaps. Something like that. Anyways, it's 60 minutes now, so we're going to go get our little items. We decided to cross the map to go over here to farm. Unfortunately, the Haunt came. Killed Gabba at the same time, so kind of felt like I needed to come here and save the Doom here. I didn't have Blink, unfortunately, so that kind of sucked. These illusions are shredding us. That was our Aegis, by the way. And they killed Odie as well. This was a crazy moment for them. They did so good in that 30 seconds. Getting a lot of big pickoffs on the map.
Radiant's top tower is under
I just want to get my tier 5 item. Alright, Desolator is really good on my hero. Minotaur Horn is pretty good too, but Deso is minus 13 armor, which is perfect on my hero. And in terms of these, I think in hindsight I should have gone base attack time with health restoration. I got base attack damage with status resistance. So I thought, I want status resistance. It gives me like 36 damage. I think the attack speed would have been better though. Because there's a chance I could have like chain bashed somebody by increasing my attack speed. Maybe not with like a moon shard. Here's my regular attack speed, by the way. It just would have been a lot faster. I continued to hit these because I know that somebody on my team was going to be able to get neutral items. Doom got his, Techie's got his. You want attack range, cast range with Book of the Dead is perfect. Must have been spamming the Wind Waker.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It was a good jump. Yules to get the Bloodthorn off of me. Broken Lincoln's here. I have to worry about dying. Ended up dying. Vanishes himself. Got myself rooted, unfortunately. It would have been really good is if I had cheese in my inventory. So that was about it. We tried. So yeah, in hindsight, I think my Yules was very good. I think I needed to get on the map more in the mid game once I had Blink Dagger and go gank with like Doom +1. Because I think me plus Doom can basically kill any hero. Between the Doom and the minus armor, we have to worry about the Oracle, but my movement speed should make it a little bit easier to make that threat less. But it was still a fun game, and I felt really smart that I did the Yule Scepter that game because it felt good. That's all she wrote for that one. Can't look at the breakdown, of course. But we had some nice net worth advantages at various points in time. It's just in this area here, I didn't do much ganking, and I think in this area here also, it was basically just us trying to react to Spectre haunts all the time. And I think maybe if our supports had itemized a little differently, like let's say Chachi gets a really fast Glimmer Ghost instead of like Glimmer partial Ags into Ghost, or Glimmer into Ags into Ghost. Like the Ghost comes out at a time the Nullifier does, so you kind of have to like preempt it, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Even like an E-Blade might have been good on our support duos if they managed to get there. But yeah, Techies did do a lot of damage, which was good. And the early game for Gabo was good, but after that, it was just a lot of deaths from our supports. So Spectre and Troll and even Earth Spirit just picked up a lot of kills and gold, and that made it kind of hard. But again, I should have been on the map trying to gank with an OD with a Doom. That would have been relatively safe. So, oh well, I tried. Slardar's not really that much of a meta hero, and he's not really played off lane, but I think I played him pretty good. Maybe should have thought more about transitioning to carry at the end with my neutral items, but that's how it is. All right, thanks for watching. Goodbye.